making your own favorite character, Mike, let's talk about the production that goes into this. So, for example, I have an order. Okay, I will describe to you something that I want done. And how would you be able to make this for me? Ano yung pag-uusapan natin? Kung
Yeah.
anong material,
Kung
kung
anong
gaano
size.
kalaki, okay?
So the size, specifically, kung anong character, the particular costume or look,
Okay.
the scale.
The scale
is
is
the size.
the size,
So if
okay.
it's 4 inches or 6 inches, so yung particulars like if the particular facial expression or particular hairstyle or
all of that is all considered talaga. Kailangan aaprubahan yan ng
Yeah.
potential buyer.
sometimes they give me the liberty of creating the design. So they just give me, I want this character as a particular picture lang, tapos and then I have the liberty of executing it myself. So meron namang very picky na customers. I want particular this, gusto ko yung kilay niya ganito, or
Ganun
yung,
na.
yung kamay niya nakabukas or nakasara. So after all things are discussed, so I will design a rough sketch
Okay.
kung
On paper.
on paper kung ano yung itsura niya, and then I'll show it to the customer. Then if it's okay, so umpisahan na natin, and then I start with the framework of the body.
Okay.
So for the smaller ones, this one, the miniatures, so there's a wire framework, no? So for the proportion. And then I create the basic anatomy of the character. So like the muscles, torso, arms, legs, and then the head. And then after that, you put on the muscular details. So syempre, in every movement, may certain position kung saan lilitaw yung muscles natin.
Just like an athlete.
Yeah, just like an athlete's anatomy, so in action. No? So then after that, the costume details. So if there's a cape, or there's a belt, a sash, or an emblem, ilalagay natin yun. And then the hair, and then the weapons, if there are weapons. Tapos, ipipaint na natin yan.
So you can actually make a lot of things. Like for example, for these action figures that you can make an array of weapons, and then they can interchangeable, or para bang
Yeah, that's
natatanggal. So
possible.
pwede yun. And what about packaging, Mike? I forgot to ask you. Do you also make packaging, or not yet?
Not yet, because the customers just want it displayed.
Okay.
Out. So I don't create yet yung parang it's in the box.
Okay.
So I might need a license for that. An actual license, put it in the box.
Okay. So basically, you just, and then, so when you show it to the customer, and then if they're still not happy, or there are a couple of things that they want to add to it, dun mo pa gagawin.
Yeah, pwede naman.
Pwede naman.
There are like, they want something more or something less. It can be adjusted.
But Mike, do you think, how, because it's very hard to actually have, like, let's say, for example, 12 customers come in and only each one piece. Paano yun? Do you take bulk orders? Kasi
No.
I'm sure I can just imagine, I wouldn't do it.
Me, right now, I'm getting picky with the projects.
Okay.
I have this principle na I don't make a lot of each a particular character. Like, for example, Wolverine.
Okay.
I could make a couple of the same costume or look, and then I will not repeat it again.
Okay, so it really comes out like a signature, so to speak.
So, yun.
So if you make me a Wolverine, and then somebody asks you to make them a Wolverine,
The
even if
same.
it's your creation, it will still be different.
Yes.
Somehow, whether
Somehow,
even it's just
in a pose or in a particular hairstyle.
or even in the shading of color,
Shading, yes.
or even in expression or something like
Kasi
that.
right now, I'm more into the auctioning.
Okay.
Auctioning.
So you make us what you want basically, and then you auction
Yeah,
it off.
I check out what's in demand, who they want, and then I put it in auction. So there, at least yung, with the high demand for a very particular character, sila nang bahala mag-bid. Kung sinong manalo, hindi sa kanyang pupunta yung character.
Okay, I see.
So I don't need to get or to create a lot. Kasi for artists, if you repeat some artwork too many times, Yeah, loses its value, and then your work decreases. It becomes tedious.
Mhm. You're not having fun doing it
Yes,
because it's the
parang
same thing
it's
again.
the same thing.
Mhm.
Yun.
And of course, we have here superheroes. Can you tell our televiewers what other things you make, Mike? What are some of the other things on your plate?
For
Yes.
toys. So
Yeah.
movie characters, video game characters, or real people, pwede rin.
Pwede rin ang real people. So
TV
kung gusto,
series.
TV series. Like for example, ako big fan ako ng Friends. So I can actually order.
Pwede, actually.
Pwede yun.
Pwede. It's
Wow.
possible. It can be done. Actually, if there's a will, there's a way.
Okay.
Ito lang eh.
Pero ikaw, personally, meron ka bang, is there any particular theme or motive or any particular shows or even characters that you are moving on to creating?
Yes. There's a bigger scale bit from this na yung 12 inches, the hot toys.
Okay.
That's what they call it. These are the collections of figures na real, parang halos lifelike na.
Yes.
Very realistic, real clothes, talagang real, mga parang
Very intricate.
Hiwalay.
Even the
Even
yung para bang the finger, kulang na lang the fingers are almost the same.
tapos
di
yung
ba?
face talagang halos lifelike.
Okay. And this is the 12 inch.
The 12 inch. So even the shoes are removable, the belts and accessories. So I want to create some popular TV series ngayon na ng ganong scale.
Mhm.
So it will show the real details like the costumes and the gowns and the armor. So I'm eyeing on making Game of Thrones
Mhm.
action figures na 12 inches. I have customized some of The Walking Dead before.
Wow. Okay.
Ayun, and Supernatural, meron din akong
Meron ka bang favorite? Any particular favorite?
favorites.
Yeah. Any cartoon? Any character?
Yes, currently, Marvel.
Marvel.
Marvel is my favorite, and
Okay.
particularly the X-Men.
X-Men. Okay. What about Transformers or Masters of the Universe?
I-
They used to be very popular at some point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I can still work on Transformers. My forte kasi is human form. So,
Okay.
doon
Okay.
talaga yung work. So, when I worked on Iron Man, so medyo nag-move na rin ako into the mechanical side. So, interesting din yung Transformers. It's more challenging actually because it's robotics. So, it's not like smooth parts. So,
Right.
talagang dapat, it's like engineering eh.
Yeah,
Everything is calculated, measured, angular.
Wow.
So, kakayanin kung gugustuhin.
Okay. And how popular is the hobby here in the Philippines? Like para bang other than that, you guys have any workshops or get-togethers or stuff like that? How you can actually yung para bang pull together and talk about each other's ideas? And, meron bang ganon?
Meron na. Actually, just recently, I met the other customizers. So, we talk about future projects or collaboration. Nagiging popular na talaga siya, even on other countries.
Mm.
So, through social networking, nakikita natin where it exists yung mga community na ganyan. So, on conventions, I meet people na with the same, what they call this?
Outlook.
Endeavor.
Yeah. And do you pull together to
Yes.
to actually talk about it? And
Yes,
kung ano man ang gusto nila.
So when we have we had a contest on the last collectibles convention in Robinsons, Manila,
Mhm.
yung 6th scale, no? So doon we discuss kung ano yung criticisms on particular works of different artists. So this looks great, or you could do more on this and that. Tapos we have ideas on what can be done in the future.
And even like let's say actual products, like let's say better paints that have
Yes.
become available. And how long do the paints last? Practically a lifetime, di ba?
Yes,
It's
yes.
very, very well done.
There's just particular care na kailangan
Okay.
or
Paano nga ang care ng mga figures na ganito? Hindi ba
Ah.
sila pwedeng like malagay sa direct sunlight or paano
yes,
yan or
yes.
maiinitan, baka mag-bake or something?
yeah, yung for your figures, no. So kailangan na inaalagaan din natin sila. So of course, we should keep them separately. Yung mga customized figures separately on a box. Hindi yung parang, it's like a crate and then you just
Oo,
throw
like a
them.
trunk, a toy trunk na nandun lang sila
Hindi
nagbubol.
pwede. So, dapat iwahiwalay sila on separate bubble wraps. And then, hindi rin sila pwedeng direct sunlight or too much heat. So, yung paints natutunaw or nag-fade. So, nagmo-moist din.
So room temperature,
Room temperature.
would be good. Okay.
And occasionally clean them of grease. So,
Okay.
just wash them with soap or
Water. And soap and water, hindi matatanggal yung mga paint.
Hindi lang. Just a regular soap or dishwashing liquid.
Okay. And then is there any activities that you would like to plug? Meron bang kayong another convention or something else that is happening until the end of the year?
For this year, the next toy fair will be in December. Mega Trade Hall ulit. Pero
Okay.
there's no specific date yet.
Yes. But abangan na lang yun.
Abangan na lang.
Okay, and you will have a booth there.
Maybe.
Okay. And you did mention real life people. So for example, if somebody gives you a picture, you can actually make their face, you can actually make them into a doll.
Yes. Kaya naman. I have tried it before kasi I was into drawing talaga before. So,
Okay.
I'm a portrait artist. And then, so, I tried to sculpt real people, yung for my friends before. So, tried to do the drawing into a three-dimensional thing.
Okay.
So, with the hot toys now, so that's what I do. So, kaya naman.
Kaya naman. Mas mahirap ba yun kaysa sa like mga action figures or mga superheroes?
Yeah, a
Is it
little
harder
bit,
to do?
a little bit more challenging kasi you have to capture the actual face, no?
The expression,
The
actually.
expression, parang, it's like the soul, parang, minsan pag, when you got it, pwedeng kamukha pero parang walang buhay.
Oh, parang very bland, very bland,
So,
may blank
dapat
stare.
may makuha ka talaga na yung particular, to get the real look.
To get the real look. I see. And is it hard to do that? Do you have to know the person? Kasi sometimes, if you know the person, mas madali eh.
Yeah.
Pero kung hindi mo kilala, di ba, you're just based on the picture, you have no idea. Like, some people, they send pictures of their loved ones. Uy, pagawan mo naman ng character or ng ano ba, caricature, no? That's very
drawing.
popular nowadays. Yeah, and then sometimes, syempre, because all you have to work with is one picture, and you don't know the person, is that hard?
Hindi naman. Basta as long as I got a good reference and then kung sino man nagpagawa, just a few background tanong or what is he like, kung is he jolly or whatever.
Okay. But since this is a non-conventional type of business, Mike, how do you choose your clients? Because I'm sure you just don't make things for anybody who just comes around, di ba? So ano yung pagsusuri na ginagawa mo dito?
So if the project, usually I'm more attracted to projects that I haven't done before and that interests me. So if the character is something that it will like level up my skill.
Okay, then that is a priority project, so to speak. Okay. And then, yun ang napipili mo.
Yes.
Okay, and then for the rest, do you keep though any, like, do you just make at random for sale or paano yun?
Not really at random, so I really choose carefully
Okay.
which characters I will make for sale. So, lots of background study.
But do you have some characters